We live in a world now where pretty much every man is on NOFAP. You know, all these big YouTubers nowadays, especially the sidemen who will promote pornography to young children. Like, they literally have a website called Sidemen Plus where you can, it's just straight up porn. How damaging that is for young men, even young kids, you know, and how pretty much there's children nowadays who are 8 years old who are pretty much got iPads who have access to all this stuff. It's getting worse. There's a reason why we're all suffering with anxiety. There's a reason why we're all suffering with depression. There's a reason why we're all virgins. There's a reason why we can't get girls. Like, the pure hit that has hit men for such a long time right now. Life for a young man is tougher than it ever has been. And in this video, I want to tell you a really, really good benefit that a lot of YouTubers don't talk about. I haven't heard any YouTubers talking about this whatsoever. This is a benefit that you get whenever you do stop fapping, and it's something that I've actually experienced myself. You know, it's a benefit that will help you in so many social situations in life, especially with girls, especially with dating girls, which can then help you, of course, lose your virginity or get a girlfriend or attract women just in general. This is an amazing benefit. So the benefit that I'm on about is called flow state. For anyone who doesn't know, flow state pretty much means where you're kind of doing something extraordinary without really, you're not really conscious doing it. So if you ever see, for example, Lionel Messi scoring a 30-yard free kick, for example, most likely, even though this is Lionel Messi we're talking about, he wouldn't be able to recreate that if somebody told him to, if he was conscious doing it. So whenever you become so good at something, flow state pretty much means like you're just doing it and you're not really that like you're just completely just, there's no thoughts in your mind whatsoever, and you're completely calm and relaxed. What this has to do with NOFAP is once you become really good at NOFAP and you completely quit fapping altogether, you sort of build up this like amazing tolerance in your mind where whenever you do talk to people and you have conversations, especially with girls, you're not anxious, you're not nervous, you're not closed, you don't have shallow breathing. Because if you really think of it, bro, right? Whenever you fap, you pretty much do it silently, don't you? You don't want to alert your parents, your mum and dad are next door, your sister's sleeping, or wherever you are. You don't want other people to know what you're doing because you feel a certain sense of guilt, shame, and embarrassment. And pretty much the more and more you do that, and let's face it, bro, you've been fapping for years now, especially myself, and we're so used to feeling shame, guilt, and and feeling that sort of embarrassment from fapping, and that translates into social situations in general. And this is where, like I said, this benefit comes in. Whenever you stop fapping, you almost you stop being so closed in, shallow, embarrassed, and feel so much shame about yourself for just simply talking to a girl. And these are the dangers of NOFAP. And once you sort of get rid of that, like I said, whenever you're talking to a girl, you don't feel anything. You feel relaxed, you feel calm, you feel composed. And like I said, conversations with that person that you're talking to just start to flow. And this is something, like I said, that I've realized myself so much. I've realized myself that has happened to me a lot, especially since I've quit fapping. Like, I used to be so awkward around people whenever I'd be talking to people just in general. I used to be so up in my head thinking about what was the next thing to say. I used to, like, so many times I would run out of things to say to people because I was thinking of, like, the next thing to say to somebody. I wasn't present in the conversation. And whenever I stopped and I quit fapping, I just started to, like, even just like simple little conversations with like people behind the deli counter, or people in the shops and restaurants. You pick up on a lot more things, pretty much, and you become a lot more relaxed socially, and that is absolutely incredible. And it's something that, like I said, if you're not too phased on NOFAP, or you're not on NOFAP, you really should start right now, especially if you're somebody who is around the ages of 18, and especially if you're older. Like, come on, bro, if you're in your late 20s and you're still fapping, you need to cut this out immediately. If you want to know how to quit fapping, watch my previous videos. This is something that should really motivate you more than ever to really quit this addiction. Because if you're somebody who your social life is taking a huge hit because of your fapping addiction, let's face it, like, you do have a fapping addiction, quitting it and actually going out and experiencing real conversations with people where you're literally in a flow state talking to people all the time, that's where you start to get people to actually like you. And this may not be with women, just friends in general. And you you find yourselves in these situations where you end up just like randomly talking to just random people in, like I said, certain areas of life, like a restaurant or a shop or something. And it surprises me that not a lot of YouTubers who are on self-improvement talk about this sort of stuff. Like, yes, they say the few benefits of NOFAP, like your testosterone goes up and things like that there, and your voice deepens, and most of it is a load of crap. The two real things I've really experienced with NOFAP whenever I've completely stopped it, my overall conversations with people aren't awkward, and I don't struggle with that sort of social anxiety anymore. And talking to people actually is fun, it's enjoyable, it's not a big huge thing that I make in my head where I'm trying to think about the next thing to say all the time, and then all of a sudden the conversation becomes really awkward and slow and dead. Watch my previous videos if you want to really know how to stop fapping, and I hope this video does help. Subscribe down below so more men can find this channel. Don't waste your time looking back, we're not going that way.